No limit shipment. Blitz team deathmatch on shipment without a score limit? Why does that sound like the best thing ever and my worst nightmare all at the same time? Today we're going to be revisiting Call of Duty Vanguard for a reason that you guys probably wouldn't expect. I really don't want to try this no limit shipment mode, but it sounds too good. Like, I have to try it at least once. So as everyone is probably aware at this point, Sledgehammer is going to be developing Modern Warfare 3, and with that being said, I think we should all go back to Call of Duty Vanguard. Sledgehammer games have a tendency to feel relatively similar when it comes to the way that the guns play, the way that the guns feel, the way that the game flows, and the way that the perks and score streaks work. Like, all of their games have a tendency to feel relatively similar. Like, I know this is going to sound crazy, but Advanced Warfare felt a lot like World War II because they were built upon the same engine. The way that the guns felt somewhat similar. Obviously, they were completely different because World War II was boots on the ground and Advanced Warfare was Advanced Warfare. And now we have Modern Warfare 3, which is probably going to feel a good bit like Vanguard because they're being built upon similar, and oh my. Okay, so there's 4 minutes left on the clock, and my team already has 242 kills, and the other one has 150. Dude, this is insane. And every time I get on Call of Duty Vanguard, it feels so good. Like, this game, it's so fast, it's so fluid, it's so smooth. I don't care what anybody says, Call of Duty Vanguard is one of my favorite Call of Duties, period. This game is so good. I'm anticipating Modern Warfare 3 to feel a bit like Call of Duty Vanguard, though, at least in the way that, like, the guns feel and stuff, because you gotta remember, like, Modern Warfare 3 is gonna be built upon basically not the exact same engine as Call of Duty Vanguard, but it's, like, the same framework. Sort of similar to how, like, you know, Modern Warfare 2, it kind of feels like Modern Warfare 1, but not exactly. I'm assuming Modern Warfare 3 is being built upon basically the exact same engine as Modern Warfare 2, maybe slightly upgraded, but I'm expecting it to be basically the exact same. So as I've been saying this entire time, I'm sure Call of Duty MW3 is just gonna feel like a bit of a blend between Call of Duty Vanguard and MW2. So I truthfully believe that now would be the best time for all of us to go back to Call of Duty Vanguard, get reacquainted with this game, and get ready for the next year of Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 2 shipment is great and all, but there's something about the way that Vanguard's flows. It's just, oh, it's undeniable how good it is. Sure, you got that level of verticality that's a little annoying, but let's be honest, more times than not, nobody's using those vertical levels. I mean, during the main year of this game, yeah, some people would, like, hop up on the crates and stuff, but for the most part now, people just kind of stay on that horizontal axis anytime that I played it, and man, it flows so well. Normally, shipment's just kind of like a mindless map, you know, you run around, you shoot stuff, that's that, you might go on a streak or two, but in this one, there's, like, that level of verticality. You got a couple different lines of sight and, like, different ways that you can, like, take cover in this version of the map, whether it be ducking behind, like, different barrels or crates or trucks around the map, or even, like, hopping outside of the map and then going around and jumping back into the map, like going out of bounds, like over here, for example. Y'all know me, I only see the good in these games. It doesn't matter what Call of Duty it is, what life cycle we're in the middle of. I always love, like, literally every Call of Duty. I love it. It doesn't matter what is or isn't in the game. There's just something about that core gameplay loop of just running around, pulling up your gun, shooting somebody in the face. It feels amazing. Woo, victory! Look at that. My team won with 364 kills against the enemy team who had 267. This mode is fantastic. We need this in MW2. And I always forget about this every time that I return to Call of Duty Vanguard. Not only do we have the play of the game, but we also have the MVPs. Man, this was a cool feature. Apparently, it's also double XP, double weapon XP, and double operator XP right now. Small map mayhem. Oh, this one was also another really good mode. We're gonna hop into this one next. As much as I love Modern Warfare 2, I wish that it would have taken some of the mechanics from Call of Duty Vanguard, like the whole operator leveling system. It was so cool, and once you level up all of them, obviously you get, like, this cool skin here. There's so many things that this game did right. The Einhorn revolving, dude. This shotgun was something else. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even go for the completionist camos in this game. Like, I usually do it in every single game, but yeah, I really didn't. Oh man, now I'm wishing I could've. Atomic, the more I look at it, it's really cool, man. It's literally just a moving Damascus. I actually got pretty close to getting Dark Ether over in Zombies. I think I only need like 2 or 3 more weapon classes, so I might do that. I did all of the grinds in Cold War, like DM Ultra and Dark Ether. I got all of those done. Modern Warfare 2, I already got Orion done, obviously. I got that done like a couple months ago at this point. The maps in Call of Duty Vanguard were honestly so good, too. Like, every time I get back on this game and it puts me into a map, immediately it pops in my mind, like, okay, I know exactly where I need to go. I know what the spawns are, the rotations. As much as I love MW2, I gotta say, yeah, the maps in Vanguard were just, like, top tier. The only thing I would have changed about Call of Duty Vanguard is having us have, like, more Zombies content, because we had 4 maps, right? Like, you know, that's enough for me to get by. Like, World of War had that many maps, so it's whatever. The only thing detracting from that for me is, like, Shinonuma, that's an absolutely phenomenal map, but the final map that we got, the Archon, was literally a 1-to-1 reskin of Terra Maledicta with, like, that added area for the boss fight, which even that in itself wasn't entirely original, because that was also in the original Terra Maledicta, so there really wasn't anything original there besides the boss fight with Cornifex. Honestly, even if that final map would have been an original map, like, that in itself would have been enough for me to be like, yeah, Zombies in this game was pretty solid. I know it wasn't everybody's biggest cup of tea, but I honestly enjoyed both iterations of zombies in this game. The round-based / outbreak type hybrid mode I actually really liked, and then just like traditional round-based when they brought out like Shinonuma and the Archon. I love those as well, especially Shinonuma. Now the real question is, what is the camo grind gonna look like in Modern Warfare 3? And furthermore, what's Modern Warfare 3 shipment gonna look like? If I'm gonna spend the next like 300 hours of my in-game time on one map, that being shipment, I just want the map to look good. Off the top of my head, we haven't really had any ugly shipments in the past, so we should be fine in that department. Honestly, they could just copy and paste the one from MW2 and I'd be fine. The nighttime setting, when you're sitting there grinding it for like hundreds and hundreds of hours, sometimes it's nice to have a dark map that's like real easy on the eyes, you know what I mean? So even when you're like me and you're hopping on at like 4 a.m., you're not getting like blinded by a super bright map. Like you can get on, it's real dark, it's real chill. I just finished replaying Super Mario 64 this morning because, you know, I haven't beaten the game in a couple of years. That game just always hits different. Every time I finish a playthrough of that game, I want to cry. Between the immaculate level design and the soundtrack in that game, and I don't know, there's just something about playing that game, just getting lost in it, experimenting with Mario's movement, and just, you know, collecting the stars however you can. It really hits different. It just makes you feel a certain way. I've definitely played the original Super Mario 64 more than the DS version, but that being said, I still put so many hours into the DS version back in the day. Actually, I might argue that I put more hours into the minigames in that game more than I did into the actual game itself. In the DS version of the game, I probably spent more time gambling than I did getting power stars. But the original version of the game on N64, oh dude, I've probably put thousands of hours into that version. I played it so many times, I literally can't even count. That ending when Mario just gives that one last glance up at the camera, like, you know, he's silently, like, you know, just giving you that one last glance, like that moment in Star Wars when C-3PO is like, I'm just taking one last look at all my friends. It gives me that kind of vibes. It hits me right in the feels, and it makes me want to tear up. He does that one last little glance up at the camera. He follows Peach into the castle, and I'm just like, man, I don't want this to end. I wonder if there's a ROM hack for Super Mario 64 out there where it replaces Mario with Sonic and replaces Bowser with Dr. Robotnik. V2 Rocket inbound. Dog, it is literally like 8 in the morning right now. Why are y'all sweating this hard? Defeat V2 Rocket. Like, come on, dude, we were literally winning. In conclusion, yeah, we should all go back to Call of Duty Vanguard. It'll probably help us get ready for MW3. Anyway, as always, a massive shout out and thank you to all the patrons and channel members. Thank you to all of you in the low baller tier, and an even bigger shout out and thank you to all of you in the big baller tier, Miller Asking and Big Daddy Matty, and the biggest shout out thank you all to all of you in the G tier, Run Vengeance, and Little Cheese Girl. Thank you guys so much. You guys are literal legends. I love you. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.